It's me, Joseph, back for a third season of Beyond the Peloton. After the test team came to an end in 2010, Cervelo joined forces with Garmin to form Team Garmin Cervelo.
Obviously, it felt disappointing to end the team after 2 years. You know, despite all the sad things about stopping the Cervelo test team, going over to Garmin, I mean, they have a fantastic team already, and we're lucky enough that some of the people who were with the test team last year are coming over, like Thor, like Heinrich, Andreas Clear, Roger Hammond. Maybe the most excited I'm about the fact that there's now a women's team with Garmin. We have a team that's open to testing, which has always been the problem. A team that's only focused on winning races doesn't really work for us. And we have Jonathan worrying about the day-to-day business and not us, so it's, that part's really good.
For us to be the #1 team in the world, we can't say, you know, the Tour de France is our objective, or the Vuelta, or the World Championships, or whatever. It's every race is our objective. You know, of course, there'll be races we have good luck, and there's going to be races we have bad luck. But I can guarantee you, even in the races that we're struggling in, you're never going to hear, "Oh, I'm just using this race for training." That's just, you know, we don't have that option if we want to be the best team in the world.
Tyler Farah has been with the team for the past 4 years. He welcomes his new teammates, but also wonders how they'll all get along.
Yeah, it will be different where, you know, you have guys that were coming from teams where, you know, they were the sole leader, or there was, you know, now there's a lot of cooks in the kitchen. You know, there's the potential for discord, and at the same time, there's the potential for working together in ways that will be really successful. You know, it's up to us as the riders to do it. I guess the true test will be when we start actually racing, but so far, everyone seems like they're getting along pretty well.
I mean, if you look at the whole team together, like the 8 guys that maybe are going to do the classics, all 8 of them have been like in the top 10 of either Flanders or Roubaix or San Remo in the last 3 or 4 years.
We were a super classic team on cervelo testing, but now we're even stronger. You can add 4 names, like really strong names, who can also win one of them. So I really look forward to the first classics.
We catch up with the team in Belgium, where they're kicking off their classics campaign. Thor will be riding the more prestigious of the 2 weekend races, Omloop het Nieuwsblad, which he won in 2009, while Tyler will captain Sunday's smaller race, Kern Brussels Kern.
I look better and better every year. That's good news. Yeah, no, right over here. We had a good time in Oman.
Johnny Welts is one of the team's sports directors and has worked closely with Tyler over the years.
The biggest challenge is to get it all to work out smoothly as possible. It's difficult because we have a group of extremely strong individualists and extremely talented sportsmen, and in an extremely tough sport. And if you know you have your certain skills and can perform and achieve something, why should you give it up for somebody else?
Until a few years ago, I always thought of myself as a classics rider. I was always a decent sprinter growing up. Just in the last few years, we've kind of transferred things over and focused more on sprinting.
I think for Tyler, he lives here in Belgium, and he loves to do these races here, and he won a lot of races here already. And every year he kind of gets better, so there's no doubt that it's extremely important for him, and he's extremely motivated and in a good conditions and healthy, so yeah.
That same day, Andreas Clear leads David Miller and Martin Mascont on a reconnaissance ride for Saturday's race. Though the roads are somewhat dry now, that might not be the case tomorrow.
So tomorrow they give the worst at what can happen. So rain and west wind. So it will be A, dangerous, and B, very fast from like 70 to go to the finish line. If you know the roads, it's sometimes better to take the left side of the road than the right side because of the mud. It's just to make it safer. Because of course we don't want to crash also.
They do scare the shit out of me, yes. But it's more dangerous, there's more chance of crashing. There's a lot more variables involved. They can be painful, cold, uncomfortable. It's not, it's hard racing, you know, you have to be fully committed, mentally kind of engaged in it. There's no kind of going to the start line not feeling too good and hoping you're right into it. You've got to be on it, like from when you wake up.
It's apparently a pity to bring such a nice machinery into such a miserable condition.
A beautiful piece of machine is going to be thrown in a big mud puddle tomorrow.
You like it? You want Johnny, the cervelo, you ride it?
This is it, right? This is the start of the classics. You feeling good?
Yeah, excited to be here. Yeah, it's nice. And the feeling's coming back.
And the weather?
Well, couldn't start with better Belgian weather, could you? So, it's going to make it harder. So, anything that makes racing harder is better for us. So, yeah, just hope you don't have any accidents and then see what happens.
As the race unfolds, the rain keeps coming down, making the roads treacherous. Coupled with the wind, it splinters the peloton, and Martin Mascon is the only rider from the team in the front group. And it looks like he'll have a good shot at the podium, or even winning the race. But at a key moment, he crashes hard on the cobbles, and will have to settle for 7th place.
Well, I was in the chasing group. There was one guy up the road, and on one of the cobble sections I crashed, and I had to chase back to the group. But so that cost me a lot of energy, and maybe I missed the podium because of that. Yeah, it's part of the job, and that's how it goes, especially in races like this. It's crashing and get up and try to make the best of it, and that's what I did today.
Look nasty out there today. It's pretty hard. I mean, like as a Kentenar, like living here, and that's kind of the big race of the year. So missing it was a bit rough, but you know, that's how it goes. That was the plan, kind of gamble a bit more on tomorrow, and I definitely still wanted to watch it though.
I think like Tyler, he's fresh, so that gives you definitely a heads up in the beginning. I think it's extremely important, like Peter, we talk about. If there goes a group of 20 riders in the beginning, boom, we close right away the door.
The team's riding a perfect race, but fate has other plans. In the closing kilometers, Tyler gets 2 flat tires. And although his teammates are there to give him their wheels, the chase to catch the lead group burns precious energy, leaving little for his sprint.
Couldn't really have had worse luck. I mean, the team, we managed 4th at least in spite of it, but 2 flat tires at the crucial points in the race. I mean, it's disappointing, but the legs are there. And the team rode super. Despite all that, to still pull it back together, it's a good sign.
With a little luck, this weekend could have been very different. But 2 top 10 finishes isn't bad, all things considered. Meanwhile, Heinrich Hausler is training for this year's first monument of cycling, Milan-San Remo, a race he so narrowly missed winning in 2009. And has haunted him ever since.
It's only 2 years ago, and I mean, it's still like it was yesterday. I still remember the last couple of Ks, like every thought I was going through and like the last 400 metres. Obviously I want to have the form to win it. It's really who can just push the biggest gear, the fastest and the hardest. And I want to be that guy.